What's good, YouTube family? This your God Bless One. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop. We're gonna talk about it. A lot of you guys know this dude over here, Mr. TIMNorman, was arrested for murder for hire on his own nephew. Well, now we're finding out Nellyville producer, he was also indicted with this murder for hire. I'm about to give you guys a rundown. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, share this video now. Now, many of you guys know this guy, TIMNorman over here, you know, part of Sweetie Pies. He's on the Oprah's old network, Oprah Winfrey Network, that is. And he's been on many avenues of sorts. If you can call the things like that, of sorts like that. He's dated the likes of Jennifer Williams. He's been in a whole lot of situations. But I want you guys to look at the dramatics of what happened and what put him in a position to be involved in this conspiracy murder for hire on his own nephew.
Lost his life here, but we could have closure if somebody would tell who did this to Andre. They set him up. It was somebody he knew. And he lost his life here. But we could have closure if somebody would tell who did this to Andre. They set him up. It was somebody he knew.
It was basically Tim and a stripper by the name of Terica or some sorts like that, and they conspired to do a murder for hire. And as you can see through the insurance claims, the insurance money, and I'm about to explain the whole thing as far as how did it even get this bad and this far. We're gonna say the St. Louis insurance agent, who's a music producer who once produced several tracks on Nelly's Nellyville. The album went multi-platinum globally. Now, they're saying that TIMNorman takes out hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of life insurance on Norman's nephew and has been indicted. And we know the nephew was on several parts of the television shows, and Andre was a guy who didn't deserve what his uncle did. And we know Wally Yamin, 42 of St. Louis, was charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire and mail fraud. I mean, nobody deserves this type of situation, you could say. But this thing gets deep, man. You got TIMNorman, who's also accused of orchestrating his nephew's Andre Montgomery killing in 2016 in North St. Louis. Federal prosecutors say the former star of Welcome to Sweetie Pies and restaurateur coronated with an exotic dancer named Terica Ellis. Now, Terica Ellis over here, as you can see the grin in what she was doing, many people and her friends are now coming out saying she been alluded that Tim was involved in this. She got to talking about a lot of personal situations, and that's one thing that got this situation caught up. But the man didn't deserve to be shot to death for reasons like that. Educational purpose. We're gonna go deep. Federal investigators were able to trace calls and location data for burner phones used by Norman and Ellis over 3 days, showing them arriving in St. Louis and working to confirm Montgomery's location the night he was murdered. I mean, they go deeper into the information involving this. Data for Ellis' phone showed he was there when Montgomery was shot and called Norman 1 minute, y'all, after the shooting before they both split town, with Ellis heading home to Memphis and Norman flying back to Los Angeles where he was living at the time. Man, bank records also later showed Ellis the stripper. Ellis the stripper had a scheme where she was depositing money, and that's what the friends were saying. She was telling a lot of people she had a come up, and she couldn't keep her mouth closed a little bit, but bank records showed that she was depositing $9,000 in her account. Norman tried to cash in more than $450,000 in life insurance policies within weeks of Montgomery killing, but never collected. Now, he never collected on his nephew's life insurance because he didn't provide all the requested documents, authorities say. According to U.S. Attorney YM helped Norman, which is Nellyville's producer, he helped Norman illegally take out the insurance policies on Norman's nephew. Man, I mean, this man is very conniving. To do that to your own nephew, your own blood, is very disturbing, man. And let's go more. Basically, he had Nellyville producer had multiple business operations over the years, fitting from music production into insurance, public records. He and Norman submitted 3 bogus applications. Those 3 bogus applications starting in October 2014. The applications basically misstated Montgomery's income, net worth, medical history, employment, and family background. According to prosecutors, Norman was eventually able to take out a $200,000 policy, a $200,000 accidental death riders, an additional $50,000 rider that would pay out if Montgomery, who was 18 at the time, died within 8 years. This is sickening, bro. Look at this. Your own uncle eliminated you for dollars. They say it be those close to you, but I mean, damn. Talk about those who's close to you. Look at the grin in this dude's face. Look at homie's face, man. This is pure evilness that needs to be taken off the streets. But I'm not talking about no prison system. Y'all know me, blessed one. I don't believe in the justice system. I believe in street justice. For something like this case merits street justice all the way. Norman was arrested last week in Jackson, Mississippi. Norman's been living there for quite some time now. He's also been staying there with families. Ellis, the stripper, also has been charged in this case. And it's unfortunate, man, to do that to your own nephew in a murder for hire conspiracy. All you can lead me to say is this thing had to be something deeper than just the money. At least I would want to believe that, because it's hard for me to believe just because you seen the money, you was like, the hell with your nephew. I mean, was the relationship torn? What are some of the possibilities? Looking at your nephew here in the video, it's just eerie, bro. Like, and this happened in 2016 where you did the situation to him. And I just want to know what was brewing through your mindset, what was going on. Like, the sinister looks in his face reveals everything. And it be these dudes that most females tend to flock towards, tend to talk about, oh, why can't you be more like him? Why can't you got to look at, for manipulative type of people, the characteristics of a dark place that you don't know. I'm about to play what Breakfast Club had to say about it.
Turns out that allegedly what they are saying now is that he and a woman named Terica Ellis, who was an exotic dancer, actually conspired to commit a murder for hire in exchange for money, and it was on his own 18-year-old nephew, Andre Montgomery. Now, according to federal authorities, he secured a $450,000 life insurance policy back in 2014. He was the sole beneficiary of this life insurance policy, and reportedly, before the days leading up to Andre Montgomery's murder, Terica told him that she was coming to St. Louis, and the day before the murder, TIMNorman flew to St. Louis from LA, and on the following day, they communicated using burner phones, and they learned his location, and that evening, Andre Montgomery was shot and killed, and her phone location allegedly placed her in the area of the murder at the time of the shooting.
That's why it's scary whenever people get life insurance policies on folks. Like, if you're not my family or real close family, like my wife and kids, don't get no damn life insurance policy on me, man. How you gonna, and how are you comfortable even spending that blood money? You plotting on buying houses and land you gonna purchase, all the while plotting on my life? Folks,
well, in 2016, he contacted the life insurance company to collect on the life insurance policy that he had gotten on his own nephew. Terica Ellis was also charged by complaint with conspiracy to use interstate commerce facilities and that commission of murder for hire.
Shouldn't it be harder for folks to just open up life insurance policies on you?
It's not, and you don't even have to know that someone opened up a life insurance policy on you.
I thought you had to know. I thought you didn't make no sense. Me too. I thought the person that might die.
Shout out to the Breakfast Club. They gave their opinions on it, and I actually appreciated their commentary, but I'm not gonna lie, this was one of them cases that just leaves me to say, man, what was it worth it? What are some of the hardships that make you do something so evil to your own blood, your own family? And to look at the pictures of them so close together, and the whole time this guy's plotting the whole time against the family. Against the family, y'all.
Lost his life here, but we could have closure if somebody would tell who did this to Andre. They set him up. It was somebody he knew.
Wow.
And he lost his life here. But we could have closure if somebody would tell who did this to Andre. They set him up. And he lost his life here. But we could have closure if somebody would tell who did this to Andre. They set him up. It was and he lost his life here. But we could have closure if somebody would tell who did this to Andre. They set him up. It was somebody he knew.
Look, I'm your God Bless One. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop. Love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed, man. This is crazy beyond me, man. In the words of HaHa Davis, this is beyond me. Salute. Love your family, love your kids. Stay blessed.